Myself, Dheeraj Mondal, a retired assistant professor and associate NCC officer, JIS College of Engineering and 2/49 Battalion Bengal, NCC Kolani. Currently, I am a mutual fund distributor and serving my clients, and also founder Deepanti Wealth Management. Hi, I welcome to all of you to this session of PMS Distributor Series NISM 21 Series 21A. So here we were discussing about the chapter 1 NISM Series 21A PMS Distributor. Last class we discussed about the risk premium and the nominal rate of return, where we have seen risk premium is the additional compensation over the nominal risk-free rate is called risk premium. Today's discussion will be started from types of risk. So risk is usually understood as exposure to a danger or hazard. However, it is not exposure to danger rather than variability in impact when exposed to a danger. In investment, risk is defined as the possibility that the actual earnings could be different from what is expected to be earned. In more technical terms, the dispersion around the average expected return is defined as risk. So here main risk is your what are the capital appreciation you were expected but you have not got. So the dispersion around the average expected return is defined as risk. Similarly, people use risk and certainty interchangeably. This is also not correct. Risk is not uncertainty. Risk and uncertainty is not same thing. Risk is not uncertainty. When one does not have any knowledge about the future variability in the expected outcomes or their causal factors, then such a situation is known as uncertainty. However, when there is some developing theoretical or empirical knowledge about the factors leading to uncertainty, then such situation is considered as risk. In summary, risk is known uncertainty. Risk is nothing but a known uncertainty. As research evidence or scientific advancements progress towards more clarity on the causal factors leading to some phenomena or event, then everyone begins to term that phenomena as risk and no more uncertainty. There are various types of risk like business risk, financial risk, liquidity risk, political risk, exchange rate risk. So one by one we will be discussing this risk. What are the risk and its definition. So let us discuss about the business risk. Variability of income flows caused by the nature of firm's business is defined as business risk. Sales volatility and operating leverage determines the level of business risk. For example, an auto manufacturer incurs high operating cost vis-a-vis a retail food company. Earnings and sales of auto manufacturer fluctuate substantially over the business cycle, leading to high business risk. If the raw material price increased, then gross profit margin will be decreased. So as a result, the sales growth of the company will reduce and it is a kind of a business risk. What about financial risk? Financial risk related to the means of financing assets, that is debt or equity. If a company took some loan from bank or from any other bond market, if the company is unable to repay that loan because of the profitability issue, then the company might be falling into the financial risk, and as a result some bankruptcy may arise into the picture. So it is certainty caused by the use of debt financing. When a firm borrows, it is required to make fixed payment that must be paid ahead of payment to stockholders. Whenever some money borrowed from banks, they must be paying some interest from this borrowed money. Thus, the use of debt increase uncertainty of stockholders' income. Thus, the use of debt increases uncertainty of stockholder income and causes an increase in the stock's risk premium. This increase in uncertainty because of use of fixed cost of financing is referred as financial leverage. So due to this matter, this debt burden, company may face some financial risk. There is some liquidity risk. Liquidity has multiple connotation in the realm of finance. One such connotation is the ease of converting an asset into an amount of cash. Nearer to its economic worth, the more difficult the conversion, the more is the liquidity risk. Liquidity risk is the uncertainty introduced by the secondary market of an investment. Treasury bills have almost no liquidity risk. That means it is called T-bill. So for the asset which is required for short term, this treasury bills, the company invests this money into the treasury bills and it has almost no liquidity risk. Instantly you can liquidate that particular money. They can be sold in a fraction of minute at a price worth their economic value. On the other hand, a piece of art may take longer to get converted into cash and the price may deviate significantly from its worth, because you need to manage a buyer to sell that piece of art. So because of that particular matter, a piece of art is very illiquid in nature. You cannot get money for the purpose of emergency. So you should put the money in that particular product which is having high liquidity but no liquidity risk. Let us discuss about the exchange rate risk. The exchange rate risk is the volatility of return introduced by acquiring investments denominated in a currency difference from that of the investor. Changes in exchange rates affect the investor's return when converting an investment back into the home currency. As more and more investors want to reap the benefit of a globally diversified portfolio, this risk increases. As an example, suppose that an Indian investor purchases a dollar denominated bond. On such bond, interest will be paid in dollar. If the rupee has appreciated in value compared to USD, when the interest is received in dollar and converted into rupee, the investor will receive less in rupee than expected. Why? Because the rupee is appreciated in value compared to US dollar. So you are getting less interest in terms of US dollar, so less value you are receiving. So the risk in this entire episode is arising due to the unpredictability of volatile and uncontrollable currency exchange rate. As the volatility seen in the currency exchange rate, this kind of risk you can get from the exchange rate risk. This is applicable for the investor who are investing outside India and associated with the currency of that particular overseas product. There is some political risk. The political risk is the volatility of returns caused by the possibility of a major change in the political or economic environment in a country. Individuals who invest in countries that have unstable political economic system must include an additional country risk premium when determining their required rate of return. If any country has some political instability, then this kind of risk may face by an investor. Next, coming to the next risk, that is your geopolitical risk. The geopolitical risk is influence of geography and politics on the social and economic relationship between countries. Geopolitical risk is the risk associated with wars, terrorist activities, and tension between states that affect the normal peaceful course of international relations. So it can happen between two country or two region, or political and area specific cause may happen here. So it is basically because of some terrorism, war like situation, and the tension between states that affect the normal and peaceful course of international relations. As an example, geopolitical risk could include a flare up of tension between China and USA and how it has impacted the global trade and economy. Another example is the border tension between India and China that escalated in May 2020. Another, Pulwama attack in the Kashmir by Pakistan. It is also some tension between India and Pakistan, and there is some geopolitical risk. Another example is Donald Trump imposed some tariff tax on China. So this is also some example of geopolitical risk. Next, last but not the least, regulatory risk. Regulatory risk is the risk associated with unpredictability about the regulatory framework pertaining to investment. It is the risk that existing regulation will become more stringent, leading to higher transaction cost. Regulatory risk is higher in new investment opportunities and products than the matured and established one. You know that a recent budget, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she has imposed some security transaction charge. She has hiked security transaction charge, short-term capital gain from 15 to 20%, long-term capital gain from 10 to 12.5%, and security transaction charge STT. You can search here. So it is 0.0125% to 0.02%. So it's a huge security transaction charge. So these are coming under the regulatory risk, where for the every transaction you are losing lots of money as transaction fees. So these are the risk. Next we will be discussing the relationship between risk and return. If it is added some value in your life, then don't forget to subscribe my channel Dheeraj Mondal and share it with your friends, family, and press the bell icon to get everyday notification. Thank you.